Thank you for joining us. I really appreciate you coming on. So, you've had a pretty busy 2020 from being drafted into the NHL by New Jersey to beginning your season with the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League with several interruptions to now starting the camp with Hockey Canada. What has it been like for you?
Yeah, it's been a really busy, last couple months and full year basically. So last year after the World Juniors, it was an unbelievable feeling, and then winning gold, and then ended up getting traded to Chicoutimi. Pandemic shut down everything. Went back home for a bit. Went back. I did a lot of quarantines throughout the year, and basically, the draft happened. That was an exciting moment. Now we're here with Hockey Canada, another unbelievable experience happening now, and we're all in quarantine for the last 2 weeks, so it's been a busy year for sure.
Yes, it does sound like a busy year. And can you outline some of the protocols and precautions that are in place because of COVID-19 at the camp right now?
Well, for sure, right now it's like stick to your room. We're not allowed to leave the room at all. When we go out to pick our doors, we put our mask on. We're always washing our hands, and before we got in quarantine, basically, we you're always wearing your mask around people. You're only allowed so many at a table. You can't sit by people on the bus, and at the rink, it's all wearing your mask until you get on the ice time. So we all use those precautions about using hand sanitizer all the time, social distancing, and it's for the better good. So we're happy to take part in it and do our job.
Yeah, and this is new for everyone right now. So, what was it like for you personally when entering the camp and you had to adjust to all these protocols?
Yeah, it was obviously I had a little bit of a bonus there because that with the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League started up, I've already been through those precautions and been doing it for the last several months because of we've been playing and using the same type of protocols. So it was kind of familiar for me, but I'm for sure it's different for some of the guys that were still living at home and not in a team circumstance like we were in the queue.
Yeah, so you've experienced quite a bit of quarantining through this year. Do you have any tips you can maybe give to younger kids that are looking for something to do during quarantine? Because you've been in it a couple times, so I'm sure you have some tricks up your sleeves on how to keep busy.
Yeah, a lot of it is keeping connected with friends and family. I think they're a big part in your life, so for sure they keep you up and going and busy. But then also, I think just in doing the things you like to do, like I watched a couple movies. We've been doing our workouts. Like try to keep everything as normal as possible as you could. Don't stay away from people and stick to yourself and be lonely. I think talking to others is the best way if you can through technology, and just do stuff like you like to do. I drew a couple pictures there when since I like doing that as a kid, haven't had the time much lately. So it's, an important time just to, keep your mind fresh and, take it day by day.
Yeah, so you were lucky enough to be a part of the gold medal winning team last year. So, what were your expectations going into the camp this year after being a part of that team?
Yeah, obviously that experience last year was unbelievable, and coming back here as a returner, you want to bring leadership within the group, just be there for all the guys and use your experience to your advantage. I think obviously I want to keep my same style of play that I've always played, play my role, and basically do whatever we're asked of here because the main goal is to win the World Juniors, and I'm going to do whatever I can to help that happen so we can feel that unbelievable experience again.
Obviously the team goal is to win the tournament, but do you have any specific goals for this year's camp and tournament personally?
Kind of like last year, I want to make sure I bring my game up a new level. I want to have a more dominant role, just be a more threatful force out there on the ice and off the ice with the guys, just, bring everything much more than last season. And I think that's the goal, of every hockey player is make sure you're always consistently getting better. So right now it's just to make sure I have, a better game every day the tournament goes on and make sure I keep on getting better as a player in person.
Yeah, and besides COVID protocols, how is this camp different from last year? Was it even maybe a little more exciting going in, knowing it was a longer camp than last year?
Yeah, it's different than last year for sure, but I think there's a lot of bonuses also, like building team chemistry and getting to know the guys better. We're here, we've been here for a while now and interacting with the guys, and there's still a pretty long road ahead that we're all excited for. But obviously, comparing to last year, it's a lot shorter of a camp. You show up, you're there for couple days a week there, and then you're flying over to Europe for last year. So it was obviously a different process with the tournament in Canada. Also, we've been here already for coming on maybe like 3 weeks soon. So I think just building that relationship and getting to know the guys is a real big added bonus for this camp.
And I know you talked about it before, but do you feel some sort of responsibility and leadership being one of the only returners at this camp?
Well, there's so much between the responsibility of it and not, but I feel like that's the role that I want to take on within all my teams anyway. So that's, I really wanted to have that type of role here. So I'm, going to do it day in, day out, like I said before anyways. And I think, all the players here are the best ones for our age group in Canada. So a lot of us, build off each other and use it to our advantage. I think everyone here, is pretty good leaders, and you stay pretty connected to each another.
And I mean, there are a lot of players at this camp and on this team, but what do you bring to Canada's World Junior Hockey team?
Yeah, for me, obviously, for my game, I'm a 200-foot player. I think I like to play in all different situations. I'm a versatile player where I can, create really good offensive chances, but then also I can be really sound defensively. And I think just playing in all different zones, I feel like I can be a PP guy, PK, 5-on-5. I play all situations, and I think obviously I bring that leadership within a group on and off the ice. And I really think my work ethic comes out in me a lot. I'm a real competitor. I want to win. So I think that's what I'm going to bring every day for this team.
Do you have any tips on how to balance schoolwork and hockey careers? Because you are still young, and like you said, you were still in school, like many other junior athletes who are having to balance school and their hockey careers.
Yeah, right now I'm still in school too. I take university courses through Memorial, which is back home in Newfoundland. So I've been doing online school ever since I came into the junior QMJHL. So it's I think big points is just making sure you get your schoolwork done. Don't push it back too far when you don't want it to affect your hockey, because this is what I want to do in life, is become a hockey player. So, but school is important to stay on top of it also. So it's important that I make sure I have my work done, and neither of the two will affect each other. I think just balancing them both and, staying on top of it is a really big thing, just to make sure you make your time, you do your school when you have your classes, but then when it's hockey time and practice, that's my main focus right away.
Yeah. So, I mean, the World Juniors is a really big tournament, and it's probably a lot of things that the juniors dream of, and they dream of playing in this tournament. But from a perspective, since you've played in it, what makes it so different and special from other tournaments you've played growing up?
Well, this tournament has been the one every Christmas that you watch as a kid on TV. You're wishing you have that opportunity to be the guy on the TV winning the World Juniors. And finally, it was my time last year when I got to experience that right away. And I think it was just, comparing to other tournaments, there's no other situation that can really relate to it. It's just that's the one you've been growing up as a kid that you wanted to play in. And the gold medal last year was an unbelievable feeling. And having that opportunity again this season is going to be pretty special. And like I said before, I'm going to do whatever I can to make that happen.
I mean, the World Juniors is a big tournament, and like you mentioned, you watched it every Christmas. So is this something you've dreamed of since you started your hockey career?
For sure. I think all hockey players can really say, their dreams are playing in the NHL, winning the Stanley Cup, and the World Juniors. I think those are really the ones that stand on top of it. You want to play for your country. That's what we want to represent. We're proud to be Canadian. So always playing for Canada, your nation, is really special. So, that's definitely the tournament that you watch the most growing up. And I think that's why every kid really wants to put on that Canadian jersey.
What was that moment like for you last year, being able to put that Canadian jersey on finally and be like, wow, this is really real, and then be able to do it again this year? Like, it's real. You do get to put on that Canada jersey and be an inspiration to many junior hockey players. So what is that like for you?
Yeah, like I said, we're so proud to be Canadian, and to represent your country on the national level is pretty special. So anytime you have that opportunity to put the Canadian jersey over your head and have that on your chest, it's an unbelievable feeling. Like I said, the proudness and the pride that you represent there is pretty special, and it's been a dream of mine. So I think just, enjoying every moment when you put it on. is pretty special. You're not going to waste any time.